Carbon monoxide, it can be fatal for people if they are exposed to it for too long. And with winter in full force right now, people in our area could be at greater risk.
WENY's Sam Shapiro spoke with an expert from Arnott today about what the early warning signs are for exposure and what it might feel like. Sam?
That's right, Renata and Nick. Winter weather here in the Twin Tiers has some residents risking it all just to stay warm. And I spoke to a health expert today about how people can avoid those situations and from suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. Last week, WENY News reported on the death of Richard Kaiser, who succumbed to carbon monoxide exposure in his home in Southport. He and 4 others were sent to Arnott Ogden Hospital to treat injuries they suffered from carbon monoxide poisoning. It was found that Kaiser was running a gas-powered generator through his bathroom, which was powering electricity to the home. Chemung County Sheriff Bill Schramm explains how this type of scenario could be fatal.
Unfortunately, you risk the dangers of carbon monoxide. It's tasteless, it's odorless, it's deemed the silent killer. The consequences can be fatal.
Dr. Dylan Kellogg with Arnott says running a gas generator indoors is creating a horrific situation. When symptoms like headaches, shortness of breath, nausea, and confusion start to set in is when people should act. He says the best defense is prevention and to use tools like carbon monoxide detectors to minimize potential exposure in your home.
If your detector does go off, get out of the house immediately and call 911, and the fire department can come and they have meters that they can check if there is carbon monoxide in the house. And then, if you are exposed, if you think you're having symptoms related to carbon monoxide, come to the hospital for evaluation.
Dr. Kellogg said it's important to be aware of what can lead to carbon monoxide exposure in your home and take steps to do things safely.
Most of the time, if you have just residential appliances that are applied correctly and vented correctly, the risk is pretty low. But when you start doing things like running a generator in your house, or on a cold morning like today, turning your car on to warm it up and leaving it in the garage with the garage door closed, that's going to generate a lot of carbon monoxide. So avoiding those sort of activities minimizes your risk.
And Dr. Kellogg says a great way to prevent exposure starts with making sure your carbon monoxide detectors are working year-round. And he recommends people should change their detector batteries every fall and spring. Nick?